Hey guys, this is Jake from State Fun. Today we're going to be working on the house car Cummins swap. I try and get this rear bumper here off and pressure wash the frame off. Try and clean up as much grease and stuff as we can. Probably try and scuff it down a little bit and spray a truck bed coating on it. We'll see what else we can get done before I run out of time. Well, we got the winch hooked up to the truck. We're gonna pull it out with the gator. Kind of here by myself right now, so this was the best way I could think of to where I can stand here by the truck and move my little tire block every now and then, so if it does decide to start rolling, it doesn't go down that hill. It hits the block and just stops. So wish me luck. Alright guys, so oven cleaner is actually one of the easiest ways to take care of a lot of this grease and grime. Works pretty well. So I'm going to pressure wash it a little bit, knock the heavy stuff off, and then spray some of this oven cleaner on it. And then pressure wash the rest of it. That looks a lot better. A lot of mud down in there. Got that cleaned out fairly good. Got a lot of the oil and grease off of the block and the transmission. I'm not too terribly worried about that. It's pretty good chance that it's just gonna get covered over again. And grease and oil works pretty well as a rust preventative. So. Well, that's a pretty dirty process. I splattered all kinds of dirt and grease all over my shirt, but it'll be okay. It seemed like it was gonna start raining, so I went ahead and pulled this back in, and then of course the sun came right back out. We're gonna actually work on the air conditioning bracket now. We've got a, this is the non-intercooled truck, so it has a non-intercooled style bracket. The intercooled style ones actually use the Sanden compressors, so I can replace that bracket there, which connects all the way up the alternator there, includes the water inlet, outlet, whatever that is. I guess it's the inlet for the motor, all the way down to the AC compressor. So I'll replace that bracket, and then I'll be able to mount a Sanden 709 compressor with the -10 and -8 charge and discharge lines that will fit my Vintage Air AC unit that I ordered. So that'll work out good. We're gonna go ahead and get this one off, put the new one on, and make sure everything flanges up nicely. sprocket swapped. I'll get some clamps for this at Lowe's and clamp it down, and then we'll figure out what to put there once I have the other radiator in here. Well guys, we got the frame moved down here. We used the Harbor Freight winch mounted to the trailer. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. Links up top and down in the description. We're gonna paint this frame up now. Make sure that we don't have any rust issues in the future. Let's get started. Since we're here, we're going to go ahead and mount this AC compressor. I've got the compressor here. Bracket's already installed. Y'all already saw that part. And got some mounting bolts from Lowe's. They are M8-125 and they're 100 millimeters long, which is, I guess, about 4 inches, I believe. So we're gonna get these mounted up, or get this mounted up. That way we don't have to deal with it once we've got everything attached. So I've got the AC compressor installed. According to Emily, this is actually the most important part of the engine. Just don't tell her that the AC doesn't work until I get the rest of it hooked up. Now we're going to move on to the exhaust. Now the current exhaust pipe stops right there where that cross member is. So I've laid out the general location of where a pipe would start if I connected it straight to where it stops right now. Goes to the exhaust muffler, and then the other pipe that goes up over the axle is laying about where it would connect to the muffler. Now obviously that hump over the axle is not lined up with the actual axle, so I've got to figure out what I want to do, whether I want to try and extend the current exhaust out so that I can get this to all line up underneath there, or do I want to create a dump that just comes out right in front of the in front of the tire, or do I want to make it dump just straight down? So I'm gonna mock up a couple of those different scenarios and see what it looks like. So I tried it a couple different ways. Ended up with a downturn right in front of the rear axle. I haven't solidly mounted this yet, tightened anything up yet, but I think that's what I'm going to go with. I looked at it a couple different ways, and to get the exhaust to come out behind the rear tire, I couldn't get the right angle. It would look weird. It would hang really low unless I bent up the exhaust pipe a little bit to make it work. And to get it to come out an angle in front of the tire, I don't know how I could have done it with the pieces I had. And a downturn is just as good for me, I think. If I start driving it and I figure out I don't like that, then I guess we'll tackle that when it happens, if it happens. But for now, I'm pretty happy with that idea. It doesn't show too much under the edge of the frame. I don't know how far the body will come down. The body might hide it a little bit too. Pretty happy. So we'll get it solidly mounted and tightened down, and we'll bring you back for a final look. Well guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. We got the frame cleaned and painted. Got the AC compressor bracket installed, the AC compressor itself installed, and the exhaust ran. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button down below. Subscribe for more content. The next video on this guy is actually going to be putting the house car body on the frame for a nice test fit. It won't be solidly mounted yet, but it's going to be an exciting time either way. Thanks again for watching. Y'all have a good one.